Are you right for space there?
Is that okay?
I'm asking you.
Make it easier for you, or should we go back there?
It doesn't matter. I just want you to be comfortable, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Music's on this phone. I'm ready, Alex. Cool. Okay. All right. Welcome, guys. So Wednesdays I teach a Yin class. For those of you that haven't done Yin before. Have you done Yin before? Okay. I'll just talk a bit about what Yin is before we start. So, unlike most yoga, so we call like the physical practice of yoga, we call it doing asanas. And asanas are usually quite active, but in the Yin, it's very much about taking it easy, letting the body open, giving yourself time, not pushing yourself, not striving to get anywhere. It's in the same way where we do the body work, it's going very, very slowly and allowing the body time to open, so you're not forcing anything. So, for example, if you were going into a forward fold in a normal practice, sorry, I should say like a more Yan style practice, you would be reaching for the foot and you'd be activating. But in a Yin, you're going in at 50%, you're just forward folding, we have all the props that we're going to use, and you're just letting gravity do the work. You're not engaging, you're just allowing time for the body to open. Okay. And the challenge that comes in Yin is actually in the time we spend in the pose. And it's starting to notice what's going on in your head whilst we're sitting in these postures. Because we sit in the postures, different teachers teach different amounts of time. It can be between 2 to 8 minutes. I usually do around sort of 3 to 4. So not the challenge, the opportunity in Yin is starting to notice what's going on as we sit in a pose and how you're talking to yourself and what's coming up, and are you able to stay present in the posture. So that's really the Yin is the opposite of the Yang. It's the balance, it's the restorative element of the physical practice of yoga. Okay. So that said, we are going to start. We're going to start in child's pose. So, coming onto your knees, spreading your knees nice and wide. If you don't have a lot of range of motion, you can always place a block underneath you. You can take your bolster if you want. It's an option. And you're going to extend your torso over the bolster with your arms forward, pointing towards the front of the room. Just resting your forehead down. You can have the bolster or without these really heavy things. Gosh, mine's particularly heavy. I'm just going to swap mine out because that's actually a bit ridiculous. Oh, there's a couple. Okay. So yes, you can have your bolster in front of you. So you're sitting your bum back towards your heels. Spread your knees nice and wide. If you do have knee sensitivity, let me just get a padding. Does anyone want extra padding for the knees? Okay. I'm getting it for him, yeah. So this is just an extra thing if you ever feel like your knees are a bit tender, okay. And I just want to start off by setting an intention for the class. So take a nice long deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Just really arriving in the space. Just noticing how you're feeling right now. Letting go of whatever kind of night's sleep you might have had. And just allowing yourself to really fully be present in this moment. Feeling yourself supported by the mat. Feeling the ground holding you up. Letting gravity draw your arms, your forearms, your hands down. Feeling the support of the floor or the bolster holding your head up. Feeling the length in your spine. And breathing deep, creating the space in the body. Let's all take a nice deep breath in together. 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Sip a bit more air. Exhale through the mouth. And today I want us to connect to the nature, returning to our source as our intention. To feel the earth beneath you as you have your eyes closed here in this position, surrendering yourself down in this posture. Feel the earth, ancient, steady, and alive. And everything you see in nature lives within you. The pulse of the rivers, the rhythm of the waves, the cycle of the moon and the tide. You are not a visitor on this earth. You're a part of its consciousness. So let your breath be the wind that moves through the trees, and your spine be like the trunk that connects the earth and the sky. As you settle, sense your belonging, not as a concept, but as a truth in your bones. You are the universe expressing itself in human form. So to return to nature is to return to yourself. I want you to seal in that intention for your practice. As we slowly start to open the body on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Inhale, just come up onto the fingertips. And if you're on your bolster, just lift your left arm over the bolster and start to move your torso over the right thigh, just to elongate into the left side body. We're just going to be here for a moment as we crack open from our night's sleep. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And just inhale, return to the center. Stepping over your bolster with your hands if you need to. And just going over to the left, just to release the lower back a little bit before we go into the full practice. And inhale, come to the center. Lift yourself up. And you're going to come onto your sit bones, coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, creating a diamond shape with your feet. Soles of the feet come together. You can create a large diamond if you like, or small, whatever your range of motion. Grabbing your bolster. Now you have several options here. Sometimes people like to fold it as such, because we're going to come into a forward fold. So you really want to try and avoid your knees being like super high up. So make the diamond shape bigger. If you want, you can always prop yourself up. Sometimes people like, if that's a little bit much, you can always take the blocks and place them just under your thighs for a little bit more support. So there's lots of options here. We have lots of extra props if you need. We're going to come into a forward fold. So just elongate the spine, close your eyes, soften your shoulders down. Just find the length. And then you can start to slowly tuck the chin, rolling yourself forward, allowing the crown of the head to come down. And perhaps you hold onto the bolster and you rest your head down. Perhaps you take a block and you place your forehead down on a block. If you are holding onto the bolster, just be mindful of like locking out your arms or your shoulders. So just find your variation of your forward fold, and you don't even need to have the bolsters or the props if you don't want to. You could just lean forward, not gripping anything, relaxing your shoulders. So just release the feet. You don't need to make this diamond bigger. So the diamond shape with your feet. So you're like this right now. So make it bigger. Like press the feet away from you. So make this diamond bigger. Bring the feet towards me. There we go. No, just keep your hips back. Keep your hips there. Okay. And just don't hold on. and just lean forward. So at the moment you're doing this, right? So don't move your hips and move the feet away from you. There we go. Okay, and let me just get blocks for you for some support. So so you're not holding, so you can kind of rest almost your thighs there a little bit. And just lean forward and just let the spine open. That can be it. That's so fine. No, that's so fine. That's so fine. And just remember also we're different shapes, different sizes, different experiences. So really like comparison is the thief of joy. So just be in your body and know and understand that our bodies are all different. Okay. No, this is so fine. Soften your shoulders. Okay. So just breathe, it's okay. With every inhale, inviting that awareness, that connection to your source, connection to nature, maybe even the sounds around us. And with every exhale, you soften. Notice where you might be holding. Imagine with every exhale, every cell in your body is letting go just a tiny bit. If you feel better holding on, then you can. It doesn't matter. Yin is this beautiful practice of silence and starting to listen to what's going on in your mind and noticing how we talk to ourselves. We're so easy to judge ourselves, give ourselves a hard time, think that we're not good enough, all this kind of stuff, which is just ridiculous really, because we are perfect as we are, and every day is different as well in our bodies. One day you might feel very strong, energetic. Another day you might be more docile, more calm. Every day brings a new energy. So it's something that we need to acknowledge and accept. Instead of putting expectations on how we think we should be. Because you never should be anything, you just are. We are. I am. A few more long, deep breaths. Slowly coming up now, using your hands, removing the bolster. We're going to come into 90-90. So I want you to take your hands on the outside of your thighs and slowly draw the knees up to center. Soles of the feet come down. And we're going to take the knees over to the left-hand side. So you're going to take the knees into a 90-90 position. So just check yourself, just check if your heel's coming towards your glute too much. Okay. And then we're going to turn to face over our left shin. So we're facing over. Yeah. Okay. And inhale, lift your torso up. And we're going to start to slowly fold down over that shin. Now, again, you can take your bolster or your block. Maybe you just want to be on your hands. If you want your bolster or your block, so we always keep these near us here. I wish they were a bit lighter. But, so we're coming, it's sort of like a modified pigeon pose. And you're going to kind of rest your forearms down on the bolster. You can take your forehead down if that's comfortable. It's a deep opener for the hip. Melissa, you've swapped your legs out. Oh, I'm just mirroring you. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you can also stagger yourselves like different sizes if you want. So just noticing how that feels on the body. Again, not activating into your hip. Relaxing your jaw. Yin gives us this opportunity of stillness and quiet, where we can start to listen to the stories of the body and what's being unlocked. remember, you can always come back to your intention, and it's a great way to anchor you down, staying present on this small little black rectangle where so much can happen. And using your breath to stay anchored. Long, deep breaths in. Long, deep breaths out. And you're always breathing through your nose, but in Yin, it's also great to release through the mouth whenever you feel something's coming up. You know, as the fascia slowly starts to open, you know, it unlocks that energy, it unlocks those stories. And it's normal to start to feel emotion and sensation. So using your breath to alchemize and to transmute anything that's coming up is an amazing tool. As I said in our meditation classes, this breath is just this beautiful tool that we have, and we do it every moment of every day. So doing these practices, doing yoga, doing meditation, doing breathwork, it makes us conscious about the things we're doing unconsciously, and that makes us more aware human beings. A few more breaths, and we'll go to the other side. Slowly inhale and start to come up using your hands. Move slowly. Just taking your hands behind you for support. Taking your knees as you inhale to the center, nice and slow. And we're going to the other side, so you might want to take your bolster with you. This old thing. So the knees are mirroring you. So the knees are going over to your right, my left. So check that your feet are at 90, your shins are at 90. So just be mindful if the knee is coming up. If obviously that range of motion is accessible, that's so fine. So just flex your feet just to put them in position, then release them. Find length, so place your hands by your side just to find length in the spine first. Soften your shoulders, close your eyes, big inhale. And then slowly take your hands forward over that right shin. Finding your space, maybe you're resting on your bolster, maybe you're resting on the floor. Breathing deep, remembering our breath is our bridge to our inner life force. And the patience and the persistence in the postures where these opportunities come up is really the key to mastering yourself. Think about how many years some of us might have been gathering up tension in the body. In the same way, it takes time to alleviate that. So just be patient, breathe. Connect to your source, connect to your breath. Have the conversation with your body in this quiet moment. Listen. Listen to your inner world. Are you breathing deeply? slowly start to come out. Use your hands. Be gentle. Take your hands behind you for support. To take your knees to the center. You can give them a shake if you want. And you cross over your knees, roll over your shins, and just coming into tabletop position. Stacking your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. We're just going to do some little bit of cat and cow for the spine and then move on to the next. So spread your hands out wide. Imagine your hand is like a square, so you're really putting all four corners of the square down. Inhale, soften the belly, lift the gaze, draw the tailbone up, draw the shoulders back and down the body, lift the chin. You're staying here as you exhale and find a little decompression of that spine. Inhale, stay. Expand into the rib cage. Exhale now around the spine, tuck the tailbone, tuck the crown of the head, draw the navel in, press the ground away. You're coming into cat, round the spine. Feel the skin of your back broadening. You're staying here for the inhale. And you're staying here for the exhale. We're going to come in to thread the needle. So I want you to bring your bolster in front of you because you're going to rest your ear on it. If you feel like you don't need the bolster, that's absolutely fine. I'm always going to offer the prop and then you take it to your level. So inhale, press your left hand down into the mat and extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. Just roll out the wrist, clockwise, anti-clockwise. And then exhale, right hand under left armpit. And then you're going to drop the shoulder down. You can extend that left arm long and you're going to place your ear down onto the bolster, your right ear down onto the bolster or onto the ground, whatever's better for you. So either with or without. Keeping the hips stacked above the knees. And the other option you can do, if you want to open up the shoulder a bit more, again, there's no right or wrong here, it's just your body. And you're going to take your left arm behind you, bend at the elbow, and then holding on to maybe a piece of clothing or your inner right thigh. And staying here, finding that shoulder stretch. So there should be no wobbling or tension. And remember, this is a yin practice, so we're not activating. I'm going to be here for at least 3 minutes. So soften. Allowing that shoulder to open. That should be really nice if you're having any tight shoulders from your surfing at the moment. Really nice stretch on the neck as well. Yin just reminds us to slow down. We're living such busy lives all the time. And rest is so important. Rest in nature. Look at winter. I think that Pachamama, nature, she's got so much to teach us. She gets everything done and she's never in a hurry. And she takes time to rest and rejuvenate in order for her energy, her spring, her revival to happen. And in the same way, all beings need that rest. We need the yin to support the yang. But we're told that resting, we're told, is lazy, or we feel like we're being lazy, which is ridiculous. And it's become so hard for us to sit still. And sometimes that can be the challenge in the yin. Am I getting frustrated? Am I getting bored? When's the next posture? I want to do the other side. That's okay. If that's coming up, that's fine. Notice it. Be with it. If maybe you're annoyed at me already, it's fine. I don't mind. It's about being aware of what's coming up. We're going to go to the other side now. So if your arm is wrapped around your back, I just want you to gently take it and press it underneath your left shoulder. Be mindful there might be sensitivity. Press your left arm into the ground, lift yourself up and extend the right arm up. You can roll out that shoulder if you like, clockwise and anti-clockwise, just to alleviate any sensitivity. And then we're going to do this other side. Pressing the right hand into the mat, extending the left arm up, nice big inhale. Rolling out your wrist, wiggle your hands, your thumb, fingers. And then exhale, taking that left hand underneath the right armpit, dropping the left ear down towards the ground or to your bolster, whatever's better for you. And then extending the right arm long. Your hips are stacked above your knees. Before you go into the bind, just stay here for a moment just to settle. And remember, we're not chasing sensation. Breathing deep into the body. Breathing into your tree, your trunk. Feel your right hand rooting you down into the ground if you're staying here. Otherwise, you can now take that right hand, bend at the elbow and take it behind your back. Either just letting it rest on the back, maybe grabbing your clothes or grabbing your outer left thigh, whatever's good for you. Closing your eyes down, softening the features of your face. Finding comfort in your discomfort. Knowing that that discomfort is way more of a friend than it could be an enemy. So if you can breathe your gratitude in for your discomfort and change that perspective, knowing that the discomfort is teaching us something. As with any challenge, as I said before, it's giving us this moment to grow through it, not go through it. So that you are doing the practice isn't doing you. Breathe. A few more long deep breaths. Start to slowly return that right arm, lengthen it out first, give it a little stretch, and then place that right hand underneath the right shoulder. Inhale, press into the ground, come up, extend your left arm up, and then just roll out the shoulder, one clockwise, one counterclockwise, just to alleviate anything that might be there. And then plant the hand back down. We're gonna come into puppy's pose, big shoulder opener. Taking your bolster in front of you, if you like. So puppy's pose, quite similar to child's pose, but we keep the hips stacked above the knees. So from your tabletop position, you're going to start to walk the hands forward. This is a very, very deep shoulder stretch, so just be mindful of yourself here. And start to draw the chest down, and you're going to rest your left cheek. We're going to do left cheek and then right, so I'll tell you when it's halfway. You're going to rest it down onto the bolster. Maybe you need 2 bolsters, maybe you don't need one at all. Keeping the arms extended and allowing yourself to melt onto the bolster so that you're not holding yourself up with your shoulders. So allow yourself to be in a position where you really feel like you can surrender and melt down. So allow gravity to just be your teacher. Yin like nourishes our joints and our bones and all the spaces in between, the spaces we often forget to love. Come back to your breath. Notice if your mind has wandered. And just step back onto the path of the breath. Breathing into your forest. Breathing into your ocean. Breathing into your mountain, whatever it is you connect to the most in nature. Feel that breath as the wind in the trees, the current in the ocean. The animals in the jungle, whatever it is. Feel it flowing through you, creating more space, more energy, more flow. Going to turn over to the other side now. So I just want you to put a little bit of pressure in your hands. Just move the neck very delicately over to the other side, resting your cheek down and settling in. The patience in Yin comes through the time, and the magic happens through the time. It's not in the doing of the things, it's the feeling of the things. It's those magic moments in that peace. There's really sort of three parts that come with the Yin practice. It's first of all we're finding that edge, and then as we move into the next part, we're really finding the stillness on that edge. And the third is yielding to and surrendering to the time. slowly start to come up now. Use your hands, press yourself up. Moving the block to the side. We're going to come onto our backs. So rolling onto your sit bones, getting your strap. So coming onto your back, take your strap in your left hand, extending your left leg long, and draw the right knee in towards the chest. You can just place your strap on your belly or something if you like. And just, first of all, just interlace your hands on your right shin, coming into a supine wind moon pose, and just allowing gravity, the gravity of your arms and your hands, just to draw that knee in towards the chest. Really not activating anything, just allowing a little bit of opening before we start to use our strap. Soften your shoulders, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now taking your strap in both hands, lift your head and shoulders up, flex your right foot, and take the strap on the sole of the right foot in the center. Now taking the, excuse me, taking the strap around the back of the head. You're going to loop it around the back of your head, just at the base of the skull, where the neck and the skull meet. And then this is where you may need to adjust your strap to whatever degree you like. We're going to extend into the strap. So just hold here for a minute, and I want you to release the strap from your hands. Place your arms down by your side, palms facing up. And just let that settle for a moment. And when you're ready, you're going to start to extend into the strap. It's a beautiful deep stretch for the right hamstring. And it should be a really great stretch on the neck. So make sure that your strap is positioned correctly so you're feeling that juicy elongation in the back of the neck. Now again, you're not chasing sensation. The only tension should be on the strap. So there shouldn't be any like wobbling or shaking. If that's the case, then you need to lengthen the strap. You can close your eyes down. Drop your shoulders. Palms facing up. Left leg is just relaxed, there's no activation. If this is obviously too deep for you, you can bend that left knee and place the sole of the left foot down if this is a little bit much on the left hamstring. Again, just reminding yourself that we're all different shapes, sizes, experience, so really just feel into your body. Perhaps if you want, you can extend the arms open wide, kind of like a capital T shape. And sometimes what I like to do is I just like to put a little bit of tension on the strap with my foot just to find a little bit more space in the neck. Or maybe I just like to rest my head a little bit heavier and let gravity sort of pull a bit more in favor of my head, just to notice the difference. And then you'll find your edge, your sweet spot. You may even find that as we stay here longer, that you want to shorten the strap a bit because you find a little bit more space. Again, when we go deeper into these yin postures, it's not because we're chasing it, it's just because it feels really good. And as I said, the longer the time we spend, that's really where the magic happens. And then you'll feel that open, you'll feel that much more space. We're going to move over slightly to the right-hand side now. So I want you to start to gesture your right ear towards your right shoulder. And you can start to move your right leg over to the right. Now maybe this is just an inch or so. Maybe it's a foot, maybe it's a couple feet. Maybe you go all the way. Just being in your body and doing what feels good for you. There's no right or wrong. Just make it a sustainable position that you can surrender into. Dropping that left shoulder down, feeling that beautiful stretch in the back of the neck. You should feel a really nice stretch on the inner thigh as well, maybe still into the back of the hamstrings. Breathing deeply, nourishing the body with your breath, with your intention. With your gratitude for simply being able to be here right now on your mat with awareness. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw that leg to the center, draw the head to the center, move gently with the neck. We're going to go over to the left-hand side now. So start to slowly draw the right leg over to the left, as much as you feel comfortable. And if you start to feel this more into the IT band now, and into the outer right glute, and you can start to gesture the left ear towards the left shoulder. If you want, you can start to take that hip with you and bump it on top. But just trying to let that right shoulder just rest down. If this is too much, you can remove the strap from the back of the head, or you can even bend into the knee. Your arms are nice and wide to support yourself for balance. Your palms are facing up, receiving the practice, receiving the goodness, receiving your awareness. A few more long deep breaths. And whenever you feel there's any tension or any resistance, utilize your awareness of this and send the breath there. So rather than telling yourself that you're struggling or that you're finding there's a challenge, recognize, okay, well, this part of my body needs more love, more attention. So convert that challenge into an opportunity to give yourself some more love. One more deep breath in. Exhale, come back to the center nice and slowly. Take the strap in both hands. Lift your head out of the strap gently. Bend into the knee, drop the head and shoulders down. Remove the strap. Just draw that knee nice and wide. And you can do some circles with your right hand on your right knee, just lubricating that hip. Do whatever you need to. If you need to roll out the foot or wiggle the toes. It's very normal to feel a bit sensitive in the groin and in that hip socket now, so breathe into that. And then extend that right leg nice and long, nice and gentle. Bend into the left knee. Take the left knee towards the left, to the chin, to your chest. Take it to your chin if you want to. Interlace your hands on your left shin and just let the gravity of your arms with the lock of your fingers draw that thigh towards you. Soften your shoulders, relax your jaw. And now taking the strap, lift the head and shoulders up, flex the left foot, place the strap on the center of the sole of the arch of the left foot. And then take the strap and wrap it behind the back of your head. Now noticing as we do this kind of movement, you're going to notice that, you know, one side is perhaps more flexible than the other, has more space, maybe has more strength. So again, just another opportunity for awareness in that. Drop the arms down by your side, palms facing up. Rest here for a moment. No rush. And then when you're ready, you can start to lengthen into that leg. So yes, again, you might notice, okay, maybe this strap I can shorten for this side, or maybe you want to lengthen it out. Because we're not symmetrical beings. We're always going to have a dominant side, a stronger side, a more flexible side. Even with the breath, Even with the way we breathe into our lungs, you think you might be breathing evenly through both nostrils, but there tends to be dominance in one side. So that's why we practice this kind of stuff. To tap into the body, to fine tune, to notice, to create balance and harmony, create that coherence. Now if you want, you can send the arms open nice and wide into a capital T shape. If you don't do it now, then just extend them out when we do move the leg over, because it helps with balance without having to activate. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Notice if you're holding in your jaw or your forehead. And then you're going to start to take that left leg over to the left side, dropping the left ear towards the left shoulder. To your degree, a couple of inches, a couple of centimeters, foot, all the way, whatever you want. And if you want, you can obviously bend into that right knee if that feels better on that hip. So just notice if that right hip is trying to follow you away. So you're anchoring that down. Soften your jaw. Slowly inhale and draw yourself up to the center. Align your spine, align your legs, and then exhale, going over to the right hand side. Softening the right ear towards the right shoulder. Tension in the strap, not in the leg. Maybe the left hip bumps over the right, maybe not. Dropping that left shoulder down. Arms are spread wide for support, palms facing up. Breathing deeply. Without stillness, the movement becomes sort of empty. And now, without movement, the stillness just becomes stagnant. So we need both. We always need the yin and the yang in life. Again, balance. Polarity, you can't have day without the night. You always have the polar opposites to create that balance in life. Inhale, going to start to slowly come up. Bend that knee slightly, lift the head and shoulders up, take the strap in both hands, release your head. Fully bend the knee, remove the strap from the foot. Rest the head and shoulders down, and you can take that left knee over to the left side with your hand resting gently on your left knee, and do some circles. Lubricating. And let the right knee join in the right hand, and now doing circles with both knees. Drawing the knees close to you, then away and out and around. And then alternate the direction of the circle, so pressing the knees away, taking them wide, drawing them up towards the armpits and into the center. Coming into just a short happy baby before Shavasana. You can take the knees wide and you can just grab onto the shins or the calves if you like, flexing the feet. Otherwise you can grab the ankles or the outer edges of the feet. So meet yourself where you're at. The knees are nice and wide. The elbows are on the inside of the knees. If you're holding onto the feet, you can just rest the weight of your hands there. No need to kick. And you can even rock side to side if you want. Giving your back a gentle massage. And then draw the knees in towards the chest. Lift the head and shoulders up. Just turn yourself, wrap your arms around your shins. Turn yourself into a little ball. Draw the nose towards the knees. Give yourself a little squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as you take a nice, big, juicy inhale. And exhale, release. Let the left leg come down to the left bottom corner of the mat. The right leg come down to the right bottom corner of the mat. Let the toes flop open. Draw the shoulder blades together slightly. If you want, you can take your bolster and place it underneath your thighs if you have any lower back sensitivity. Resting your head down, closing your eyes. Let's take a nice long deep inhale together for 3, 2, 1. Sip a bit more air, sip a bit more air, a little bit more. Exhale through the mouth. Resting in your final posture, Shavasana, our integration posture. Resting now in the arms of the earth. Just letting the ground cradle you, your weight, your story, your breath. Feel gravity as grace, gently drawing you closer to what is real. The air moves through you. The heartbeat of the planet echoes within your chest. You're not separate. You are the ocean and the wave, the seed and the soil, the breath and the breeze. Let this knowing dissolve all edges of separation until only connection remains. Pure, and infinite, and alive. Slowly start to come into your bodies, drawing your attention all the way down your arms, into your hands and your fingers, starting to create some movement, and down your legs, into your toes. Maybe you want to take your arms above your head and give yourself a nice big stretch. And slowly making your way over onto your right side, nice and gently, no rush. Coming into this fetal position, this position we are created in. And slowly, gently, you can press your way up into a comfortable seated position. I invite you to place your hands at your heart center if you like. Feeling yourself grounded down into the soil, onto this land. Not just here in this country, but into Mother Earth. Feel the strength of your being growing up your torso, and the branches of light out of your head connecting you to the sky above. The light in me acknowledges and sees the beautiful shining light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.
Oh